Hey guys, what's up? Dion here. Today we're taking a look at the Red iPhone XR. Now this device is the 64GB version, which retails for $750 plus tax. And yeah, so this is definitely one of the more popular colors just because Apple makes a beautiful red hue whenever they take out a product red color. And in here you do get a little product red pamphlet, which is something you don't get with any of the other ones, which is really nice. Of course, you're gonna get a SIM eject tool and some Apple stickers in there as well, but really nothing all that important or special. What is special here is, of course, the color itself, which we will reveal right now. And yep, that looks really good. It reminds me of kind of like a Deadpool red color. It's not as bright, I think, as previous year's product red iPhones, but it looks really darn good. As far as the just how good the bezel looks to the back, it's I think the best one here of the bunch, aside from the silver one. I think for me the silver one is still number one. This red one's gonna have to be number two. That looks really good. I wouldn't personally own a red phone. It's just not a color that I love, so I can't really use it every day. However, as just appreciating the design and everything, it just goes as second. It's just a beautiful color, and I can't deny that. It just looks stunning, especially with the accents here, red, and it just all looks really, really nice. And it matches really nicely, of course, with that black screen on the front. Just looks really good. Of course, in here we're also gonna get your earphones, lightning cable, and wall adapter. No adapter for your headphones. So if you want to use any headphones with a 3.5mm headphone jack, you do have to buy an adapter separately. Just borrow one from a friend or something. And yeah, so that's the color right there. And I mean, you can see all the other colors there as well. And this looks really good. Honestly, I think in general as a color, like if you're making a blue phone or a red phone, this red looks better than the blue that Apple made. I think that blue could have been better. The blue border around the blue could have been better. The yellow border could have been better. And the coral, I guess, could have had a better border as well. But this looks stunning. This is just, if you're thinking about getting red, just go for it. If you like that color and you know you can use it every day and commit to using red or whatever color you want to get, go for it. All the colors are nice, and I think you will enjoy it. Now, while we set this up, as far as specs go, this is pretty much the exact same thing as the iPhone XS. So you got the same camera, you got the same internals, and you aren't really missing out on anything as far as speed and stuff goes. There is a lack of support for gigabit wireless, so that's not going to work on this guy if you somehow live somewhere that works. But aside from that, you're really only missing out on physical things, which some are pros and some are actually cons, so depending on what you like. So you don't get a stainless steel border, which I hate the stainless steel border on the iPhone XS because it's glossy, and I hate anything that's glossy. And yeah, so I mean, that's actually a pro for the XR in my opinion. I hate stainless steel. I like stainless steel, just not this glossy stainless steel. I hate the way it feels, and it feels all weird in the hand compared to this really nice metal finish that just feels really nice and premium. And of course, that's just opinion based. You are going to miss out on the LCD display or on the OLED display that's on the iPhone. And if you don't compare them side to side, I think most people won't notice. However, I mean, if you've even looked at an LCD or at an OLED display or just a high-res display in general, and I just dropped my SIM card, hold on. So yeah, I mean, if you've even had a high-res display phone, like a higher res than an iPhone 8 or anything like that, you are going to notice it. And if you put them side to side, I mean, the difference is pretty big. I mean, it's a huge difference. So is it a couple $100 difference to get the iPhone XS? I don't think so. Not for most people. I mean, who cares how good the blacks are and stuff like that on a phone if you just, if you aren't all that into it. I mean, if you just have an iPhone 8 or an iPhone 7 or iPhone 6S, then this is going to be the perfect upgrade. It's a better device than your previous phone. And yeah, but here is the phone with the wallpaper. I mean, if you like red, I think this is pretty much as red as you can go. This is the best red looking or just red phone on the market today. Everything I think just is beautifully toned, and it looks like candy. It really does look like eye candy. I mean, pretty much all these look like candy, but this one in particular just looks really, really good. So if you like red, this one's the way to go. And you can see all the colors there as well. But as far as color comparisons, I will be doing that in the next couple of days. And that'll give you a bigger sense of how these colors look under different lighting conditions. And just in general, what color to go with if you want a color or if you just want to see the colors. And yeah, so I did get the iPhone XS for myself. I got it in the black. And if I wouldn't have bought it, I definitely would have gone with one of these phones. But really, pairing the displays side to side, it's hard to make the switch back knowing that it's going that far back. I mean, the difference is pretty staggering. I mean, if you compare them side by side, you can tell how less sharp the display on the XR is, and you can tell how washed out some of the colors are. And I'm trying to get it here so you guys can see it yourself. But the thing is, it's really hard to compare this on camera. And there you go. I think that's the closest we're gonna get there. And even the OLED display is still too bright there for the camera. But yeah, once you use them, I mean, if you were to try them out on store, you would tell the difference. But if you've used an iPhone, I don't want to make it sound like it's a bad display. Of course, it's not a bad display. If you have any previous iPhone, this is still a huge upgrade of a phone and definitely worth it. It's just that Apple has, done the usual Apple thing and keeps on making compromises on devices, even though they still cost a lot of money. So, I mean, this definitely should have had a better display, but obviously they're going to do it on purpose to sell more iPhone XS units, which sucks. It's really stupid when companies do things like that on purpose. And obviously those are financial decisions that they do, but I mean, it's up to you what device you want to go with. I don't think that it's worth spending the extra money for the XS unless, you really have money to spare and don't really care. But this is a great device. You're going to enjoy it if you buy it. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below in the comments or just reach out to me on Twitter at RMRDNL and I'll get back to you there. But yeah, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.